Hey everyone, I just wanted to stop by real quick for this podcast starts and say you should like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on all my social medias at John D. Klauser, literally the same name as the name that you subscribe to on this YouTube channel. So enjoy this clip, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Yeah, my voice is kind of back, kind of not. It's here and there. It's everywhere. Let me hear a wolf cry.
Welcome to The John Show with your host, John Doogie Klauser.
All right. What is going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show? Oh my God, right? I know, it's just one of those things that we're doing. So, what's up? How are you? I am your host, Juanito, or John D. Klauser, whichever one you want to call me. Juanito was a nickname I got actually when I was working in a kitchen when I was 16 years old. The head chef was this very Mexicana she was from where was she from? She was from Chihuahua, Mexico. And she's like, Juanito. And then that just kind of stuck. And like, because a lot of the other workers and a lot of the cooks were Hispanics and they just like Latin people. And they were all about that. They were just like, okay, yeah, we're going to call you Juanito. And I'm like super light skinned. If you didn't know me, you'd think I wasn't, you're like, why does he have like flags of like these countries of brown people? And like, he's like light as fuck. It's like, well, those are my people. But yeah, what's up? How are you? So like, my voice, it's kind of back, kind of not back. It's kind of weird. It's like in this weird like vibrato kind of sound. It's cool in the sense of like doing like this, but I can't go super high or I can't go like, that's why I was like as low as I can go low wise. It's still weird. There's like, it just feels, it's loosening up and I'm able to talk more. And like now what's happening is like every once in a while I'll cough with like some phlegm and like I can feel my vocal cords will loosen up a little bit more and more. But yeah, it's whatever this was, these allergies thing, this little bug thing. I don't know what the fuck this was. Whatever it was, it didn't really knock me out that much. It just like, what it really did was it fucked up my throat. It just messed up my vocal cords, which was the craziest thing in the world. Insane thing in the entire world that's what happened. But so we're here. It is Friday, September 24th at 11:35 in the p.m. So it's going to be, by the time this is over, it's going to be almost close to Saturday, September 25th. Crazy, dude. This year is almost over. So what is it? 2020. Over that year doesn't really even count as a year. Does it count as a year? I don't think it does. And then 2021, we all thought it would be over by like summertime. Nope, it just kind of, we went back. We were no masks, and we went back to masks, and now we're just sitting here, and we're like, okay, well, what else is gonna happen? And it's so weird in this time because I don't know. Is it weird? I don't know. This is probably one of the most weirdest things in the world. Is that like I sometimes like wonder, like I wonder how I could like become, like I'll see a stranger and I'll think, I wonder how I could become their best friend, like to the point where like I can call them like every day and talk to them on the phone if I really wanted to. Like I don't do that with very many people. I do that with a very select few people that I enjoy. If I do that with you, then I really enjoy your company, because I'm not like, I like to have a small niche, but like I like to think about like how it would be to do that. What's also weird too is I also think I like to have inanimate objects, and I like to give them like a personality or like a sense of like, oh, like a t-shirt. Because like, you wear a t-shirt all the time. Sometimes some shirts just fit perfect, and they are one of your favorite shirts. And then like something happens, like you get bleach on them, or they wear out and you don't wear them anymore. or you just like sleep in them, or you wear them as like, like when you change your oil in your car. And those shirts, like I like to have like a little bit of like, well, you worked really hard, you did your job, and now you're gonna be demoted from first drawer all the way down to fourth drawer. It's just one of those things. It's gonna be one of those things in your life now. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like always, like when I start, it's starting the podcast. It's starting them. It's almost it's a lot. It's fun, like doing the solo one. But what I've really like, I go ebb and flows. So there's times where I like to just do this one all by myself, and then there are times when I like to do one with someone else, and especially now, where Aaron moved away. Our boy Aaron. We have to drink one for Aaron. Milwaukee's best. I love drinking. I don't, honestly, all beer's the same. Like I'll go to like these nice tap places, and they have all these different beers, and I'll try them. It was really cool. Like the last place I went a couple weekends ago, what it had was like you could like go up and you had this card and you put your card in it, and by the ounce or how much fluid ounces that came out into your like cup, that's how much it charged you. So like you could get like maybe like 50 cents worth of taste of all these different alcohols, beers, and I drink them. I drink all these beers. I'm like, yeah, but they're all the same. All they're going to do is just get me to the same place. It's like, why do I care? I don't really care that much. I'm like, I'll just drink a Milwaukee's Best. I'll drink a fucking Bud Ice, and I'll fucking call it a day. Drink 2 of them, 3 of them, whatever. Get it done and over with. It's just fucking beer. I don't know. I'm probably weird like that. A lot of people are super into like IPAs and all these other kind of like beers, and to me, I'm just like, I'm just like, I will just, drink a Milwaukee's Best, Keystone Light. Hell, I'll drink a Budweiser. I don't really give a flying fuck. Coors Light, I don't care. Like, are they great? No. But is any beer good? No. So why are we sitting here and trying to pretend like we're elitist at something like this? This is one of the most silliest things to try to be elitist about ever, ever, ever. So, what have I been doing this week? This week I've been watching a lot of documentaries because I've been just in that mode. I've been really wanting to do more of that style of filmmaking. It's just more fun. Like, this is kind of a doc. I don't know. You could kind of say this is a weird doc because I do sit down and talk and like journalize a week worth of thoughts, I guess, or something like that. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of those, and the one I've been watching a lot of dinosaur ones. And so recently they've been discovering that dinosaurs, are probably more like birds. And so to me, I'm like, I think that's a lot more terrifying. Horrific. Isn't that a lot more terrifying to think? Like, it's a horrific to think of like a 60-foot tall lizard running around like a T-Rex. But then like when it has like feathers, when it's like a half bird, half like lizard, it's just that is way more scary than just the lizard, I think. No? Am I the only one? I know I'm the only one in this room, but am I the one that thinks like that? No? I love dinosaurs. That's usually one of my first things that I'll ask a girl. Like, I'll go on a date with a girl. I'm like, hey, so do you believe in dinosaurs? And they're like, most of the time they're always like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so you believe that, like a whole thing, like they died and like we found them and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, like what? Like, I'm like, because like there's some people, and I've dated girls who believed that, or I guess not dated. I went on a date with a girl or girls that have thought that like, well, one of them was like, no, I believe that, paleontologists like dug holes and then put them in there and then buried them and then dug them back out. And I just think it's a work of the devil because, it doesn't say anything like that in the Bible. I'm like, okay, all right. And it's fine. I don't care. Believe what you want to believe. I don't give a shit. Like I believe that, um, you know, I believe, you could believe whatever you want. I was honestly trying to think of something funny to say, but I couldn't think of anything. But then I've also dated other girls that I was like, I'm like, so you believe like, in dinosaurs? Like, like the other day, I've just been thinking about this. Like, I don't know if I believe in them. Like, it's just, isn't it kind of crazy to think that this lizard thing was alive? I'm like, yeah, but isn't it kind of crazy to think that we're alive? So as a creature and a being that can think past itself and has made all this technology, but to each calzone, because all this is insane. All of this, up, down, left, right. The fact that we have sounds that like choreograph that kind of shit is insane. It's all insane. Who knows? Who cares? It really does it all matter, especially now. We live in such a weird time that does it really even matter at all? You know what's one thing that still matters though? Know something that does matter? I was at the gym and I work out a lot. I don't know. You can't really tell by my physique, but I do work out quite a bit. Or I'm there. I'm there. Sauna treatments are usually what's the best part of the whole gamut. And but what I noticed is like men wearing gloves. Like I remember I wore gloves. There's two times when I wore gloves. One when I had surgery on my hand, and they recommended to wear gloves to help with grip, and so I did it to like just help build strength back in my hand and my forearm and my bicep. And then the other time was like right after like COVID and the gyms opened back up again. I wore gloves for that. I wore them for like I did maybe like 4 or 5 months worth of gloves, and I went through like 2 pairs, and I just realized that like I just have big gorilla paws and I just rip through gloves, and there is no sense of doing it. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna have to wipe everything down more and just sanitize my hands. I did all that, and I still kind of got like a little bit of my voice. I still lost my voice, so hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like, well, hey, John, guess what? Yeah, you still got sick. It's, yeah. Getting sick sucks. But losing your voice sucks. Getting your voice back makes you appreciative for the fact that you lost, like, it makes you appreciative of the fact that you have a voice. Not a strong one or not a smart one, but at least you have one, John. You know what I mean? Like, and that one, we can drink on that one, right? So, man, I think I'm like, the older I get, I'm 32 years old. The older I get, you grow up, things change, you kind of grow past certain things. And I think I lost one of those things this week. I don't think I'm going to be going to Burger King anymore. And mostly just because I think I just saw this recent commercial that they had, and it was saying like they had like they banned like 120 different like chemicals or like artificial flavorings or artificial like preservatives in their food. And I was just like thinking, I was like, guys, why? I don't understand why any company uses that slogan. Like McDonald's was using like, oh, we're cooking with 100% beef. Like, what were you doing beforehand? Like, why are you using this as a platform? I'm not expecting you, and I'm not coming to you to be healthy. I get that. I will give you that one. Understandable. But what I do at least assume is that you're not going to flat out just like ruin me. Like, I would assume you at least want to like have some sort of, hold some sort of like, have some respect. Maybe. I don't know what's the best way to say it. Maybe. No. But I understand, like, it's crazy to think like that. And it's like, John, you know what? And this is actually like a good, like, way to like look at it at both sides, because I'm talking about it out loud now instead of just having like a thought and writing it down, is that like, why would I expect this company to do this? Like, they're trying to feed, all these people rely on this place. So what do you expect? Like, they have to feed a bunch of people. So like, why would you think that like they're going to cut some corners? Fucking drug dealers cut corners. Like, why do you think a food company is not going to cut some corners? You work in food, John. Like, why do you, come on. See, and that's what you do. You think, you rationalize, and you come up on the other end with something reasonable. And you're able to think like, okay, well, because it's okay to change. It's okay to have like a thought one way, and then the next moment you can change because you get some more information. That's what's so funny about people with flat earth. Because like, if I believed in flat earth, I would be like, oh yeah, I don't believe like, the earth is flat. And I understand like this whole thing is like, why was there wind and with a flag and when they're on the moon? And then someone would tell me like, they would tell me something like, hey John, when like a sniper shoots, like they have to calculate for the curvature of the earth. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess what I thought was wrong, and I would just move on with my life. And I'd be like, okay, well, I used to think this, but now I think this, and that makes me a smarter person, and a lot less like, people are not going to be like, don't trust John with anything sharp. So like that, it'll avoid a lot of people thinking like that, and that's what you should do. And that's what's so crazy is that like, I remember growing up and like thinking like wanting to meet other people in this world because they do think differently. And you can able to like, you take that moment to basic cafeteria pick some ideas that might work for you, and it makes you a better person. Like, just because like you think something differently than someone else, but they're both fine, and it both makes you two happy people, that's okay. Like that's the whole thing with like, that's the whole thing with like Chick-fil-A. And like not liking gay people, or like even just like people at all, like people who protest gay rights and like abortions, and it's like, guys, like that's so much more of a waste of a time than what they're trying to do. They're just trying to live their life, and you're over here like stopping, and like you're not even living your life. That's the big thing, is you're not even living your life. You're like just trying to stop someone else's life with your life. Like, such a huge waste of time. Like, I'm not a smart guy, and I'll never claim to be a smart guy, but like, if I can figure that fucking out, and I'm like on the third floor of a mansion talking to a microphone, looking to a camera, then I think you should be able to figure that out too. And you have a lot, your credit score is probably better than mine. I don't know, maybe not. Who knows? I've been at a cough that whole time talking. Yeah, that's life. Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe this is okay. So this next thing, and this could easily just be because like I'm not. I almost said I'm an actor. I'm not. Actors, yeah. But that's not what I was going to talk about. But acting people, like, it's a interesting gig. I respect it. I really respect people who do it, because it's just a hard thing to do, and to rely so much on other people's like opinion of who you are for acceptance. I mean, I guess the same thing with a director, same thing, but it's like, I just feel like there's equally amount of control doing the directing as an actor at the end of the day, because like there's still someone above me. So, but But with like the directing thing, with working with people who act or try to act, or anything like that, people who always use like, they always like rub their eyes when they're tired, and and that's supposed to be like, like, we never do that once, like, ever. I've never done that in the sense of like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm gonna rub my eyes and yawn. Never once. That's actually done in like real life. And when I see it, it is awful. I'm always like, this is so fake. And like, I understand what you're trying to do, but like you can do other things. It's just like take a second, think about what you do when you're tired, right before you go to sleep, when you wake up and you're still tired. Like just think of those kind of things and let's go there. Like what do we do? Like how did you feel this morning with you? And like I just ask questions. It's like we can figure this out. Like don't rub your eyes, yawn and stretch, because like I've never once done that at all, ever. And maybe that's weird on my end. And maybe like everyone else is like, "Oh, John, that's completely normal." Like I don't understand like why you think this is something completely outrageous. So, to each calzone again, another each calzone, because you can think your way, I can think my way. We both be right, because that's a great thing. Like there's a saying in football, like on like if you work on a football team, is that like if everyone is wrong on a play defensively, then everyone's right, because everyone was on the same page. So that's the thing. Like we both might be right, just differently, but we're on the same page. Again, I feel like this is a whole inspirational thing, and I really hate I hate the fact that like I'm like, hey everyone, because this is the shit I hate on Instagram and all that stuff. But at least I'm not wearing a thong and just like staying here. I'm like, I'm at least aware of like what I'm trying to like. I'm like, hey guys, I have 30 minutes that I have to kill talking about myself. So, and this week I was like, I've done this 83 times. It's insane that I've done it 83 times. It's insane. It's funny, cool. I think doing these things and like getting committed to something and like week in and week out doing it, it really shows a sense of like. And I'm not even trying to pat myself on the back, but I think it's like it shows this level of discipline. It helps you sharpen your knife as a mentally and like just. Mentally, and also it can help you physically too, because you can be able to apply it to other things in life. So, but I'm super fucking intense. That's the one thing I'm like always trying to do. Like I'm trying to get like better friendships and like have things I do with those group of friends. Like group of friends, like we have these certain things that we do, and we have like this moraleness that brings us together, and what keeps us like and makes us better. I keep talking about trying to make everything better. I don't know, maybe that's what it is, because I'm kind of on an upswing right now on like my physique and working out a lot. So like I have a lot of those endorphins going on, and like because like I'm on the other side of like being like on a sickness or some sort of like your body being drained. So like I'm like having like peaks of like spikes of like high, endorphins and all that stuff. And just living life, and I hope you're living life too. Washing your hands. My voice sounds like shit still, and it's kind of like ooh. But that's where we're at. What beer are you guys drinking? Are you guys drinking any beer? What beer do you guys drink? Do you guys drink like gin or like gin and tonics? I like gin and tonics. There was a phase there where that's what I would drink. Now it's mostly like tequila and tonic. If I do something like that, or like there was something else like the other, like I went and had drinks with a good friend of mine, and he kept ordering like this tequila and something else. I just can't remember what it was, but like whatever he did, I just like guess same thing that he got, and we drank like 6 of them. It was pretty cool. Woke up there, I say no hangover. It was pretty good. It was awesome. It was a good time. So what else? What else would we have? Now I have like a laundry list. I have like, it was so crazy. So like I can always tell like a week that I'm like, oh man, like you're really fucking into everything, because like you have a laundry list of stuff to talk about. Sometimes I only have like 4 things, but like this week I had like close to 18 things to talk about. The Haitian stuff, oh my god, kind of crazy. It's insane that like stuff like that's going, and they're coming through Mexico, which is like, yeah, I mean like you guys are a little bit darker than us, so like it's a little bit harder to get through. Probably it's a little bit easier to spot you. I'm not trying to be racist. It's just like that's probably the truth. I'm Honduran. I was born in Honduras, so like I'm an immigrant too. I'm a legal citizen now, but still, kids are still in cages. Latino kids are. That's the thing. As much as the whole Haitian shit fucking sucks, it's Latin kids are still in cages. It's Latino Heritage Month. But a lot of people don't know that because it's like it starts halfway in the middle of a month and it ends halfway through the middle of another month. That's how much respect Latino people get. It's insane. We can be in cages. We don't get a whole, like, can we just get like one full month? But then after this month, I believe it's Asian Heritage Month, I believe. Something like that, which is great. It's awesome because as much fun as it is to like celebrate your heritage, you should also want to celebrate other people's heritage because the more well-rounded you are, the better person you are. See, this goes full fucking circle, guys. I know. You guys are kind of like, God, we get it, John. You're really hammering down your sermon. You're really throwing it down throwing it down our gullet, right? Yeah. So yeah. What else? Do 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 do. Do do do. I don't really have much of anything. Like it's so crazy. Like because it's like, like I said, I guess I don't know what's it like. I guess I started another podcast, which is just myself, and then I'm gonna have guests on. It's called the Juan and Amigo Show. I don't know. It's kind of it's a work in progress with the title, but it's gonna be what I do. Aaron's out on the road touring with his girlfriend. He's gonna go to Knoxville, be with her. It's a good time, dude. Like growing up, we're doing all the stuff that we always talked about. He's doing it. I'm doing my film stuff. Now that he's not here, it's just time for me to work harder on my stuff, and that's what's happening. It's a good time. It's a great time. Yeah. If you can't tell, guys, I have like 2 minutes left, and so I'm just kind of like talking down. I want to say if you have gotten this far, if you really do, if you gotten this far, just give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up helps the most out of all the stuff. I like that one the most. I like the thumbs up the most out of all the things. Yeah, like guys, I hope you're being well, being safe, growing up, becoming an adult more. It's weird. This whole world is weird. Right? Am I right? Yeah. I don't know. Got a minute and a half left. I'm just sitting here talking. It's like I'm like at that last minute in the sauna. I'm like in that last minute and a half. It's like, oh my God, I want to get out. This really sucks. This hurts. This really hurts. But I gotta keep on going for a little bit longer, you know? Sauna treatments are going well. I think the sauna's about to break. I think they're gonna have to replace the heater thing in it because it dropped 5 degrees today. But like it could just because the door was open, but I doubt it. I think it's because the heater is broken. Yeah. So I have less than a minute left. If you've gotten this far, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry, this podcast isn't any better. This isn't a good podcast at all. Yeah. I am engineering another podcast too called Shark Gear, Dayton's podcast. We have a buddy named Carlos. He's Latino too. He's Bolivian. So it's gonna be kind of cool. We're gonna shoot it in a cool way, or it's gonna be placed in a cool way. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. All right. Bye. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys. I love you. Bye. And there should be credits growing up like right now. All right, guys. Wash your hands.